we finally have our Hall of Fame ballot for 2026 all set up. And Colin Gay is wondering, from the Tuscaloosa News, wondering who are the nominees for the Alabama Crimson Tide. Well, we got our first Heisman Trophy winner in school history, Mark Ingram. We got D'Amico Ryans.
That's huge right there. D'Amico Ryans, that's huge right there.
Oh man, it's like I love seeing the magic that D'Amico Ryans brought in the 2000s. Back in the day when I was a little bitty boy, like watching him, like, oh my God, he was huge. And I hope the Texans don't treat him like crap as a coach, but that's another topic for another day.
You're right. I mean, and he was kind of started that athletic defensive end linebacker look, at Alabama. He kind of started making. He was part of the evolution of that position. So I mean, and then had a solid NFL career, but definitely his collegiate career is what he was remembered for. And I think he what was 05 or 06 when he won the Cotton Bowl MVP.
That was the 2005-2006 season. Yes.
Okay, yeah. So, yeah, man. I mean, about time that Mark Ingram missed a Heisman, man. That was a year.
Oh man,
that was a year.
It was a shame we didn't beat Auburn, but or LSU that year in 05. But on the bright side, we had a humongous season in 05.
Oh yeah,
that was huge, and the way we won a tight one against Texas Tech, that was huge.
Yeah, that was a crazy game.
Yeah.
Two contrasting styles just clashing.
Oh man, I just kind of go, oh yuck at Dennis Franchione. You don't sound too fond of him either, Coach.
I told my community, I told the AAA family, I said, I'm going to be good when we go to the Voice of College Football. I'm going to be very good. I'm going to bring the fire, but I'm going to be so good. I'm going to be on my best behavior because I really see this thing going somewhere, man. And I'm telling you, man, it's going to get good as we dive into these conversations because, like you said, Jackson, Coach Smook has an opinion.
Oh, yeah. Well, it was like the Franchione era. Like, it was so funny just looking back at it. He goes to Alabama and he decides he's going to up and leave for A&M. But then Oklahoma destroys A&M 77-0 in 03. Talk about karma.
And then he turns around. Where did he end up at after A&M? What it was, Texas State?
Yeah, he went there for a second time.
Yeah. Oh, that's crazy. Like,
craziest thing was they fired him. Like, they basically forced him to resign, even though he got them their second straight win against Texas.
That's some stuff when you win in the rivalry. Like, sometimes that's all that matters. But you're that bad. We don't want you at all. Yeah, that sounds about right.
Sounded like karma. But yeah, like looking back at like Mark Ingram, I keep really thinking about this because like he made magic in 09 because it was like that 09 season. It was all about Tim Tebow, all about Sam Bradford and Colt McCoy. But then by the tail end of that season, well, who's going to win it, Scoob? Who's going to win it? Is it going to be Mark Ingram? Is it going to be Toby Gerhart? Or is it going to be Ndamukong Suh? And we see Ingram becoming the first Heisman winner. I mean, like you would not think you would think we've had Heisman winners before 09, right?
Right.
But that was huge in of itself. Like we had our first Heisman winner and that Heisman speech. That was a beautiful speech that night.
I don't remember the speech verbatim, but I do remember the fact that during that time, that era, the running back position was so valuable. You would have some teams that would really have guys, 800 plus yards. You had 3 or 4 guys with 800 plus yards a season. It was nothing to have 3 or 4 backs in the backfield with 120 plus carries. back in that era. So to be coming out of the transition, or to do that in the transition or evolution of the game at the level he did it at in the SEC, where then you saw nothing but NFL first round draft talent coming from the SEC. So, and just like Mary J just said in the chat, the energy behind it, the attitude, during that season, you could tell back then, right as Saban was reigniting or resurrecting the Alabama standard, right? Those players were very appreciative, and they didn't really squander opportunities. And I feel like that's what's happening now on campus. Now you see these young men, they understand how fortunate they are in the position they're in, and that's why you see them investing into their bodies, their development, surrounding themselves with the right things, really buying into professional development in this new day and age. So Mark Ingram was a part of an era where it was one of those things where you look back and you say, what plays, and you can name plays. You talk about the big run against Texas to start the national championship game off. I mean, who was running through Texas defense like that? Nobody.
No.
And he comes in and just makes them all look like children, in the second half of that Texas game. So, and even I think the first big game I want to say when I got hyped about it was it 2008 Georgia? He was like RB2 in that rotation.
Oh yeah, Glenn Coffey, the starter.
And I remember Mark Ingram just getting maybe 7 or 8 carries in that game, out of like the 10 or 12 that he got, I believe, where he just was. You knew he was going to be him at that point. In as a true freshman. So it was just an exciting career to watch, for those years that he was, part of that, establishing the dynasty that Saban was able to carry throughout the time his tenure there.
And a greetings to you too, Deborah Rothschild. We are glad to see you today. Thank you for coming on in on the 15th edition of Alabama Primetime Live.
Yes, sir.
There we go. Yeah, and it's nice to see all these guys get into the Hall of Fame. Well, in the Hall of Fame ballot. Nothing's final yet, but so I can't wait to see what the 2026 class is looking like.